Death shakes the foundation of our lives, leaving us broken and searching for meaning. Loss feels unbearable, like a piece of your soul has been ripped away forever. Yet within that pain lies an unexpected power waiting to be discovered. Loss can destroy you, or it can awaken a fire of resilience deep inside. Death reminds us of life's fragility, but also of the strength hidden in survival. The journey from grief to purpose is not easy, but it is possible. It begins with acceptance, moves through healing, and transforms into growth and clarity. When you face death closely, you realize what truly matters in living fully. Grief becomes a teacher, showing you strength you never knew you had before. From the darkest loss can rise the brightest purpose, guiding your life forward. The weight of grief. Grief is heavy, suffocating, and often feels endless when someone you love is gone. It changes the way you see life, slowing down moments and amplifying emptiness deeply. The pain is not something you escape, it is something you carry with you. People may tell you to move on, but grief is not something you abandon. It is a process of learning to live with the absence yet still breathe. Loss strips away illusions of control, reminding you that life is fragile and unpredictable. Though grief hurts, it also shapes you into a deeper and wiser soul. The heaviness of loss is proof that love was present and real. The tears you shed are silent reminders of the connection that once existed. In grief, you find not weakness, but the beginning of a new strength. The unspoken lessons of loss. Death teaches lessons that no classroom or mentor could ever truly articulate to you. It forces you to stop living passively and to confront reality without illusions anymore. You learn that time is limited and love must be expressed before it is gone. You realize arguments, pride, and grudges mean nothing when life suddenly ends forever. Loss opens your eyes to the fragility of everything you once took for granted. What once seemed permanent suddenly feels fleeting and urgent in the face of mortality. The lessons of loss are not written in words, but carved into your soul. They transform your perspective on what truly matters and what never did at all. While painful, these lessons create wisdom that guides every decision you make moving forward. In the emptiness, you discover a deeper reason to live with purpose now. Set. Choosing transformation. Over-destruction loss can break you apart, or it can shape you into someone stronger than before. Many people allow grief to consume them until they lose themselves completely in sorrow. But some choose to rise, using pain as fuel for transformation and purpose. The choice is never easy, but it defines the direction of the rest of life. You can drown in sadness, or you can swim toward growth and healing instead. Every broken piece of your heart can become a stepping stone for resilience and strength. Transformation does not mean forgetting, but carrying memory forward as motivation to live deeply. Loss becomes the spark that pushes you to build meaning where emptiness once existed. From destruction you find courage, from endings you find the power of beginnings. Death may end a life, but it can also awaken your true strength. Strength, found in suffering pain, often feels unbearable, but within suffering lies strength you never expected within yourself. Every tear becomes proof that you can endure what you once thought impossible to face. The weight you carry builds resilience the same way pressure builds diamonds from coal. Suffering reveals what you are made of when everything safe is taken away. Suddenly, though loss scars you, it also forges the courage to move forward into growth. Strength does not come from ignoring pain, but from surviving it and choosing to rise. When you live through loss, you become living proof of the human soul's resilience. You begin to see that suffering is not just punishment, but also a hidden teacher. It teaches endurance, patience, and compassion for others who also carry invisible battles of loss. Strength born of suffering becomes the foundation of a purposeful and resilient life. 5. Honoring the memory. Turning loss into purpose often begins with honoring the memory of who is gone. Their life becomes a source of inspiration, guiding the way you choose to live. Every memory, every lesson, and every moment shared becomes fuel for your new journey. Honoring them does not mean being trapped in sadness, but living in their spirit. You create meaning not only for yourself, but as a tribute to their legacy. The love you felt for them does not disappear. It transforms into lasting motivation. You can carry their dreams forward, finish what they started, or simply live more fully. Purpose arises when you turn grief into action, honoring what they meant to you. Death takes them physically, but love allows them to live on through your purpose. By remembering them, you transform loss into a guide for your own growth. Living for what matters. Death strips away the noise of life and reveals what is truly important forever. Suddenly, material things and superficial pursuits feel meaningless in the shadow of real loss. What matters most are relationships, love, kindness, and the memories we create each day. When you lose someone, you realize you do not want to waste your own life. You begin to live with urgency, valuing time as the most precious gift possible. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and instead start creating it right now. You focus less on impressing people and more on making meaningful connections deeply. Loss reminds you that every sunrise is borrowed time and every smile is priceless. Living with this awareness brings clarity to your choices and strength to your actions. Death becomes a reminder to live more authentically, intentionally, and with real purpose. Finding purpose. Through service, one of the most powerful ways to turn loss into purpose is through service. Helping others who are struggling can heal the broken parts of your own heart. Grief can open your eyes to the pain of others in ways nothing else can. By lifting others, you often find yourself lifted slowly from the depths of sadness. Purpose can be found in creating support, sharing your story, or giving comfort. Death becomes a motivator to make a difference in the lives of the living. You realize that your suffering is not wasted if it fuels compassion and empathy. Serving others gives meaning to your loss, transforming grief into powerful acts of love. Pain turns into healing, and emptiness turns into connection that stretches beyond yourself. Through service, your loss gives birth to strength that impacts countless lives around you. From death comes pain, but from pain comes the chance for powerful transformation and strength. Loss may break you, but it can also rebuild you into someone stronger and more alive. By turning grief into purpose, you honor the ones you lost in the best way. You live not only for yourself, but for them, carrying their spirit within you. Death does not erase love, it sharpens it and makes it more meaningful and real. Your suffering can become the foundation for a legacy that inspires countless others, always. Purpose is born when you take the weight of loss and transform it into action. Strength is born when you stop running from grief and instead use it as fuel. Life is short, unpredictable, and fragile, but that is exactly what makes it precious. From death to purpose, you can rise, and in rising, you truly live.